And now it's time for Joel's Gnomes.
Hello, welcome to Joel's Gnomes. I am Leander, one of Joel's Gnomes, and today is a very windy day. And today we're going to teach you about how to prune your roses back in the spring to get them ready for the next growing season. So, a few words about roses. In our garden, we only have one rose. That's a nearly wild rose. It comes from very old stock. It's not all that fancy. It's a single rose. It's white and pink. You know, it serves its purpose. Roses have been hybridized to heck and back over the years, and they become rather delicate. Not all that disease resistant. Roses in themselves are pretty much prone to disease, especially mites and fungus and all kinds of just nastiness. So what you really have to do with your hybrid roses especially is to just spray the heck out of them during the growing season. And the result of that is you might get beautiful roses, but you're not going to get pollinators, you're not going to get bees, you're not going to, especially if you want butterflies in your garden, you're not going to get them around your roses, because when you spray for diseases and bugs and pests, you're also spraying against healthy insects, helpful insects. So, that being said, let's start pruning this rose. So, first thing you want to do is to get rid of all the supports and everything from the last year. Now, you want to prune your roses in early spring just when the new growth is coming out. The new growth here has kind of established itself. Still isn't too late. It's really probably never too late to prune roses, but it's much easier in the early spring when you don't have all that new growth like flying around and sticking you. What you want to do first is you look for, and pruning roses is super easy. Just first thing you do, you want to look for dead and diseased growth and remove that. So that's what we're going to do. So the next thing you want to do is to prune out any rose canes that are growing into the plant. What you want is as open an area in the middle as possible that lets light and especially air through the plant. In really high humidity areas, roses are especially susceptible to black spot, and keeping good aeration in and around that plant will help keep that black spot away. So in this rose, we don't have too many interior growing canes. We do have a few, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of those. So what you're left with finally is a bunch of little sprigs and things like that, plus some major canes that will support next year's growth. What you'll do is you'll cut all the little tiny bits out and down to the ground, and you'll leave about, on a healthy rose, you want to leave 5 to 9 or so healthy canes. You'll prune them back to about a foot off the ground. You'll see that the new growth, some of it will be pointing out, some of them will be pointing in, and you want to cut on a diagonal just above an area that is growing outward, because you don't want growth into the plant, you want growth that comes out of the plant. So we'll go ahead and prune this back, and then we'll show you the final results. Now, pruning roses ain't rocket surgery. If you skip a year, no problem. The main purpose for pruning in the spring is to get them back to a manageable size, whatever size you want in your garden. It also encourages new growth, and you can get rid of any old and diseased and dead growth that might be on the inside of the plant. If you don't prune it back, if you prune it back just a little bit, it will still flower. So this is the result of what we did, and that's basically all you have to do to get your rose ready for spring. Just keep it well watered and well fertilized during growing season, and it will do very well for you. So this applies to floribundas, grandifloras, as well as those horrible genetic freaks, the knockout roses. But we'll chew the fat about those in a later video. As for the climbing roses, that's a whole different kind of pruning process, and we don't have any climbing roses available, so we're not going to tackle that in this video. So once again, I am Leander, and one of Joel's gnomes. We thank you very, very much for watching this video. If you do like what you see, feel free to subscribe to our channel. Please tell all your friends about us, and give us some more feedback. We want to hear, are we doing a good job? Are we doing a bad job? Do you want to hear about more videos, some concerns that you might have? And thanks, Mom, for your recent comment. Appreciate it. So we'll see you in additional videos in the future. Thank you.